Special cuts to San Marcos Unified School District. Staff has brought parents tonight to a special board meeting. We're live with the details.
More free parking is coming to Balboa Park for San Diego residents. I have more on the city's plan.
Narco-terrorism charges filed in San Diego against alleged Sinaloa cartel members. A $5 million reward offered.
An unforgettable homecoming for a local war hero and 100-year-old Medal of Honor recipient.
Right now, San Marcos Unified School District leaders are in a special board meeting. We understand it may have ended just a few moments ago. They were considering a resolution that, if passed, would result in preliminary layoff notices for teachers and librarians. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. It's all part of the district's plan for the upcoming school year as it faces a major budget deficit. News 8's Esmeralda Perez joins us live from the meeting, which just ended. Esmeralda, what happened?
Well, that's right, Carla, Marcella. So this was a very packed meeting. It spilled into overflow. There was no seat available inside. So many people came out with posters and just a powerful message of opposition against this proposal. So I want you to take a look at some video of inside the meeting. So the proposal includes issuing notices of laying off potentially nearly 20 certificated teachers and other school-related positions, which the board voted to move forward with. The board did some modifications to the proposal that would also impact about 10 librarians at elementary schools across the district. Now, the district says it's facing an $11 million deficit next year. Leaders say the budget is under serious strain due to declining enrollment. The superintendent told News 8 San Marcos Unified has lost about 2,300 students over the past 6 years. A drop, he says, translates to about $30 million in lost revenue. District officials also say costs are rising faster than state funding increases, and they point to the end of state and federal COVID relief funds money that has now dried up. Take a listen.
We're looking at about an $11 million deficit next year, and we are not trying to close that gap all in 1 year. What we're trying to do for next year is take about a $2 million chunk out of that, and even that is a strain for us on our budgets.
They are taking away people's hours and benefits to cut the elementary school librarians, and for what they're paid, it makes such a small dent in what their budget gap is. There's other places that the cuts could be made.
And as for the reason why this is coming up now is because there's a state education code that requires the district to issue preliminary notices to any potentially affected staff by March 15th. For now, that's the very latest. I'll send things back to you.
All right, Esmeralda, thank you. A man from Escondido has pleaded guilty, taking responsibility for a drunk driving crash that killed his girlfriend's 13-year-old brother. The change in plea comes as trial is set to get underway today for Alexander Oros. He was 20 years old at the time of the crash back in April of 2024. Prosecutors say he was going 120 miles per hour in a 40-mile-per-hour zone when he crashed into another car, killing Rodrigo Tapia Jr. Oros faces nearly 13 years in prison at his sentencing next month. Some relief for San Diegans visiting Balboa Park as free parking expands for people who live in the city of San Diego. The city is scaling back some of its paid parking after public outcry over the new fees. News 8's Alex Cheney is working for you tonight in Balboa Park and joins us with more. Alex.
Yeah, Carlo, that's right. Everybody I talked to in Balboa Park today was still really frustrated with the new parking system. They didn't really know how to park or really which parking lots they actually had to pay for. So working for you today, I found out which parking lots are going to be free for San Diego residents starting on Monday. City officials say verified residents will be able to park for free all day in 7 of the park's 12 parking lots. The remaining 5 premium lots will still charge fees, but verified city residents will receive discounted rates when paying online. Those I talked to today said it's a good start.
Well, that would be a step in the right direction. I think it just should be free.
What you need to know is parking lots on levels 2 and 3 will offer free all-day parking to verified residents, including Pepper Grove, Federal, Upper Inspiration Point, Lower Inspiration Point, Marston Point, Palisades, and B. Evanston.
I also think that it should be fair to the residents as well to be able to access local places and local parks without having to pay exorbitant prices like we do for everything else.
San Diegans must register their vehicle's license plate in advance to the city's online permit portal and upload proof of residency, such as a driver's license, utility bill, property tax bill, or rental agreement.
I don't know how it works.
Today I spoke to Scott, who is a San Diego native. He said before today he's never paid to park at Balboa Park.
First time paying for parking at Balboa Park. It's kind of left everyone in San Diego feeling a little bitter about it too.
Parking enforcement in the park will begin at 8 a.m. and end at 6 p.m. instead of ending at 8 p.m. And anyone with a disabled license plate can park for free all day at any available spot.
I don't like any of these parking things that are going on now. This is for everybody, the park, and you shouldn't have to pay.
The city says about 70% of parking spaces in Balboa Park's lots will be free for verified residents. And to sign up for that verified resident portal, it is going to cost you $5. The city says there is going to be a bit of a grace period for this so that everybody can sign up for the portal and understand this new system. Warnings will go out starting the week of March 9th, and fines and tickets will start on March 16th. Working for you tonight, I'm Alex Cheney. Back over to you.
Yeah, the incredible amount of pushback definitely being felt by the city, and they're taking action. Alex Cheney reporting for us. Thanks, Alex. And remember, if there's something you would like us to look into, you can email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com. And Mayor Todd Gloria wants to hear from San Diegans before finalizing next year's city budget. But he warns tough choices are ahead as the city faces a projected $120 million deficit. Mayor Gloria has launched a new online survey where residents can share which services they would like to see protected and which should be cut. We're told the survey only takes about 5 minutes, and it's open now through early May on the city's website. It's also available at any San Diego public library. A high-ranking leader in the Sinaloa cartel is now facing narco-terrorism charges in a federal indictment unsealed today.
Prosecutors say he's tied to massive amounts of drugs moving through the San Diego border. News 8's Brian White has the details.
Yeah, prosecutors say this case centers on enormous amounts of fentanyl, cocaine, and meth flowing into the United States through San Diego, and they're offering millions of dollars for any tips that help bring him to justice.
These charges reflect the devastating harm inflicted on communities on both sides of the border through violence, addiction, and intimidation.
Federal prosecutors announced a new indictment against Rene Arzate Garcia, known as La Rana, an alleged plaza boss for the Sinaloa cartel who investigators say has controlled the Tijuana drug corridor for more than a decade. His brother, Alfonso Arzate Garcia, known as Achilles, is also wanted. The State Department offering $5 million each for information leading to their arrest or conviction. Prosecutors say 5 cartel figures charged in related cases are already behind bars. But Rene and Alfonso remain fugitives and are now among the government's top targets.
These two brothers control the Baja corridor for drug trafficking from Baja California, Tijuana, into the United States. So these two are very high-level targets.
Investigators say under their watch, thousands of kilograms of fentanyl, methamphetamine, and cocaine crossed into San Diego.
There's enough fentanyl that's been brought in by Rene Arzate Garcia to kill everybody in San Diego 4 times. So, I mean, it's a massive amount of drugs that are brought into San Diego.
The new indictment charges Arzate Garcia with narco-terrorism, material support of terrorism, continuing criminal enterprise, and money laundering. Charges made possible after the cartel was designated a foreign terrorist organization last year.
The violence doesn't know borders. The drugs don't know borders. They're getting into our communities, they're impacting our families, and they're really influencing our everyday life in a negative way.
If convicted, Arzate Garcia faces up to life in prison. If you have any information, you're urged to contact the FBI or DEA. I'm Brian White, News 8.
Thanks, Brian. More than 200 people packed Palomar McClellan Airport today to welcome home a 100-year-old Medal of Honor recipient. Korean War veteran Royce Williams received the medal during Tuesday night's State of the Union address.
News 8's Abby Black joins us live now from the airport. Abby, you spoke with the people who helped make this honor happen.
Well, yes, the Palomar Airport is cleared now, but earlier today, as you see that there were more than 200 people, veterans, active duty members, and Many dignitaries, including those who played a key figure in making sure that Williams received the Medal of Honor, they packed that tarmac to welcome home their hometown hero. Veterans, family, and supporters gave retired Navy Captain Royce Williams a hero's welcome Thursday at Palomar Airport as he stepped off a White House private jet. The White House flew Williams to Washington Sunday. On Tuesday, he sat next to First Lady Melania Trump at the State of the Union, where the president surprised him with the Medal of Honor. It was the first Medal of Honor ever presented at a State of the Union, and Williams is the oldest living veteran to receive the military's highest honor.
I don't know how longer I'm going to live, but I'm going to remember that forever. It was a blessed event.
On November 18, 1952, then Lieutenant Williams shot down 4 Soviet MiG-15s alone against 7 enemy jets in a 35-minute dogfight. The mission was classified for 50 years to prevent escalation with the Soviets.
He was sworn to secrecy till 2002. Didn't tell his wife, didn't tell his brother, and his brother was a pilot, so he can keep a secret.
Congressman Darrell Issa was one of the key figures who fought to get Williams this honor, alongside the late Admiral Don Shelton, who championed the medal until his dying day.
Admiral Shelton, who browbeat me into submission and promises, including when he was on his deathbed, that I not give up, is gone.
During his trip to Washington, Williams made a point to visit Shelton's grave at Arlington National Cemetery.
I was there when he went to the grave of Admiral Shelton, who fought for him to get the honor that he so rightfully deserved.
Williams's Dr. Foley escorted him on the trip and says that moment stayed with him.
To sit there and to thank his buddy, his brother, and just to talk to him for about 30 seconds there, that to me, I will always carry with me.
Williams was so moved by the outpouring of support back home.
I have backing out here amongst the model of smiling faces, and I want you to know I appreciate it. Thank you.
We appreciate you. I spoke to one of his friends, Williams' friends, veteran, U.S. Navy veteran Peter Rolf Onstad, and he shared with me that, he was here on Sunday to send him off, and there were only about 20 people. Today, there were more than 200 people in that crowd. He was one of the many who fought alongside Admiral Shelton to make sure that this medal happened. And he said when he watched it live on the State of the Union, he was cheering, laughing, crying, all of that joy. And today, he did not want to miss welcoming home his friend and American war hero.
It is incredible what he pulled off back in 1952, and I think he gained an entire nation of new fans and supporters. We thank him for his service. Thanks so much, Abby, for that beautiful welcome home.
The San Diego Padres confirmed to News 8 they have received some strong bids for a possible sale of the team.
We have those details still ahead, but first, a dramatic rescue caught on camera near Lake Tahoe.